While most people know that 22-year-old Bukayo Saka is one of the standout players in the Premier League, not everyone realizes just how incredible he's been for Mikel Arteta's team. So far, Saka has scored 47 goals and provided 35 assists in 170 English Premier League games for the club. At just 22, he's already the third most valuable player in the Premier League. And what's even more incredible is how quickly Saka's value has soared. Just 3 years ago, he was valued at 60 million euros. By the start of the next season, that had climbed to 70 million euros. Thanks to his stellar performances in the Premier League and his standout play at the World Cup, Saka's market value jumped by an amazing 40 million euros in just one season. And his rise isn't slowing down. He's currently valued at a whopping 140 million euros. Bukayo Temidayo Saka was born on September 5, 2001, in London to his parents Adenike and Yomi Saka. They named him Bukayo, a unisex Yoruba name meaning adds to joy. Like many Nigerians in London, Saka's parents were passionate about football, which sparked the idea of giving young Bukayo a football education in the city. With parents who were avid Arsenal supporters, it was only natural for Saka to set his sights on joining the club's academy. The application process for the Arsenal Football Academy was tough and only open to truly talented players. Knowing Bukayo had the potential, his parents didn't hesitate to apply. The rest, as they say, is history. After training and playing with Arsenal in the pre-academy, Bukayo Saka officially joined the club on May 5, 2010, at just 8 years old. He started with the youngest age group at Hale End, the under-9s. The vision of the academy, set up more than a decade earlier, was really beginning to bear fruit. Jack Wilshere had already climbed through the ranks to become the club's youngest player a few years earlier. And now the academy was proving to be a prolific talent factory. From early on, it was evident that young Bukayo was something special. Even as an under-11, he was already showing signs of greatness. He wasn't just fast, he had a muscular build and was incredibly powerful for his age. The next season, when Bukayo Saka was part of the under-13s, he began gaining experience in other positions, especially at left-back. This would turn out to be incredibly useful during his early days with the first team, about 6 years later. At that time, Bukayo often played up with the older under-14s team to aid his development. The coaching team never shied away from challenging him, and one of his early experiences at full-back was on the expansive Wembley pitch, playing against Reading in the national final. In that game, the forward players were Tyrese John Jules, Flo Balogun, Xavier Ameachi, and Trey Coyle, top talents from the age group above Bukayo. Since Bukayo was younger, he played left-back and did an outstanding job, proving to be very effective in that position. Arsenal won the match 1-0. At age 10 or 11, it's tough to predict if a player will become a superstar. But with Bukayo, by the time he was 15, he was already playing for the national team and for Arsenal's under-16s, consistently performing in big games against strong teams. Seeing him dominate at such a young age made everyone think, this kid could really make it. In 2018, at the age of 16, Bukayo Saka's time at Hale End came to an end. He, along with 11 other young talents, was offered a full-time scholarship with the club, transitioning to day-to-day life at London Colney. Those 8 years at Hale End were incredibly formative for Bukayo, and in many ways, he's become the poster boy for what the club aims to achieve with its academy. Bukayo has never forgotten his roots at Hale End. The lessons he learned and the experiences he had there shaped him into the player he is today. Once he moved to London Colney, it wasn't long before he was involved with the first team. Impressively, he made his senior debut while still technically in his first year as a scholar. Around this time, a new era was beginning at Arsenal. Arsène Wenger had left in the summer of 2018 after an incredible 22-year tenure, and Unai Emery stepped in as the new manager. When Unai Emery first brought Freddie Ljungberg on board as his assistant at Arsenal, Ljungberg had a key recommendation: promote Bukayo Saka. Emery wasn't particularly keen on checking in with the younger squads at the London Colney training complex. However, he trusted Ljungberg's judgment, especially given his impressive track record with the under-23s, where Ljungberg led them to a second-place finish in the 2018-19 Development League. Ljungberg highlighted several promising young players, but he was particularly excited about Saka and Joe Willock. Unai Emery had already given Emile Smith-Rowe his debut in the Europa League group stage. By matchday 5, with the top spot in the group at stake, Emery decided to look even deeper into the academy. This led to Bukayo being named in the matchday squad for the first time. On a freezing cold night in Kiev on November 29, 2018, Arsenal, along with a dedicated group of supporters, were in town for a Europa League group stage match against Ворskla Poltava. The match itself ended in a commanding 3-0 win for Arsenal, securing their top spot in the group with a game to spare. But what makes this night truly special isn't just the scoreline, it's the moment Bulayo Saka made his first team debut. Just a few weeks past his 17th birthday, Saka, sporting the number 87 shirt, was called off the bench by Unai Emery for the final 22 minutes. It was his chance to shine, and he didn't disappoint. For those watching, it was clear this young winger was something special. His energy and skill were unmistakable, and he gave fans more than a glimpse of the talent that was to come. That night, Saka became the 862nd player to represent Arsenal's first team and the 15th youngest debutant in the club's history. Bukayo Saka really started making waves on 19 September when he scored his first goal for Arsenal. It was a stunning long-range effort that curled perfectly into the corner against Eintracht Frankfurt in the Europa League. But he didn't stop there. He also racked up 2 assists in that 3-0 victory. His standout performance in Germany earned him his first Premier League start, which came in a 3-2 home win over Aston Villa. Saka quickly made an impact in the Premier League too, setting up Pierre-Emerick Aubameyang for Arsenal's equaliser in a 1-1 draw at Old Trafford against Manchester United. With injuries sidelining Sead Kolasinac and Kieran Tierney, Saka found himself regularly starting at left-back for the first team. One of his most memorable moments came on 27 January 2020 when he scored the opening goal in Arsenal's FA Cup 4th-round victory at AFC Bournemouth. It was a beautiful finish to a 22-pass move, and he also assisted Eddie Nketiah's goal in that 2-1 win. Saka even got his first Premier League goal against Wolverhampton Wanderers with an amazing half-volley that sealed a 2-0 victory. Pretty impressive stuff, especially considering this was Saka's first full season of professional football, and he was playing as a left-back for much of the time. Still, in the 2019-2020 campaign, he racked up a total of 4 goals and 12 assists in 39 games. Not bad at all for an 18-year-old kid. The next season, 2020-2021, Saka took his game to another level. Despite playing multiple positions, left wing, left mid, right mid, centre mid and left back, he continued to shine. In the first official game of the season, he assisted Pierre-Emerick Aubameyang in the Community Shield match against Liverpool, helping Arsenal to a surprising victory. A couple of months later, Saka opened his account by scoring in a 2-1 victory over Sheffield United at home. Then, on his 40th Premier League appearance, which happened to be on Boxing Day, he scored in a 3-1 win against London rivals Chelsea. Saka went on to hit a bunch of impressive milestones. He won several Arsenal Player of the Month awards and became the second youngest player in club history to reach 50 appearances. He was even shortlisted for the PFA Young Player of the Season and was named Arsenal's Player of the Season, all by the age of 19. His stellar performances didn't go unnoticed. Gareth Southgate was convinced to include Saka in the 26-man roster for Euro 2020. Just before the tournament, Saka scored his first goal for the England national team in a friendly against Austria, securing a 1-0 win. This proved that Saka was ready to make his mark at the Euros, and he certainly did. Saka was a key player for England in the Euros. He played a crucial role in their 1-0 victory against the Czech Republic in the group stages, earning the Man of the Match award. In the semi-final against Denmark, which England controversially won 2-1, Saka provided the assist for the equalising goal. It's safe to say that England wouldn't have reached the Euro final without Bukayo Saka. However, the final itself was a dramatic and heartbreaking affair. England scored very early, but Italy equalised in the second half, sending the game into penalties. Saka, showing immense courage at just 19 years old, stepped up to take the 5th penalty to keep England's hopes alive and deliver their first major trophy since 1966. Unfortunately, his shot was saved by Donnarumma, leading to England's defeat at the hands of Italy. There was a lot of debate about why Saka was chosen to take such a crucial penalty when more experienced players were available. After the Euro final, Bukayo Saka's mental health took a hit. Along with Marcus Rashford and Jadon Sancho, he faced a torrent of racial abuse online. Thankfully, it wasn't all negativity. The three players received an outpouring of love and support from football fans around the world. Heartwarming messages flooded in, which played a crucial role in helping Saka keep his head held high. The new season kicked off with a bang for Bukayo Saka. He netted his first goal of the 2021-2022 campaign during a 6-0 EFL Cup second-round victory over West Bromwich Albion at the Hawthorns in late August. October 30th was a milestone for Saka as he made his 100th appearance for Arsenal, marking the occasion with an assist in a 2-0 away win at Leicester City. On March 19, 2022, he wrote his name in Arsenal's history books by scoring their 2000th Premier League goal in a 1-0 victory over Aston Villa at Villa Park. His stellar performances in March, featuring 2 goals and an assist, earned him a nomination for the Premier League Player of the Month award. He ended the season as Arsenal's top scorer and received nominations for Premier League Player of the Season, Premier League Young Player of the Season, and PFA Young Player of the Year. Capping off an impressive season, Saka was named Arsenal's Player of the Season for the second consecutive year, becoming the first player to retain the award since Thierry Henry in 2003 and 2004. The next big event for Bukayo Saka was the 2022 World Cup, his first major tournament with England since that heartbreaking penalty miss in the Euros. Saka absolutely shined in this tournament. Even though England didn't go as far as hoped, Saka's performance was a bright spot. He kicked things off with a bang, scoring and even won a penalty against France in the quarter-finals, although England eventually lost that match 2-1. Despite the defeat, Saka was undoubtedly England's standout player in that game. Shifting back to the 2022-2023 Premier League season, Arsenal surprised everyone by competing fiercely for the title against Manchester City. They came tantalizingly close to winning their first title since the 2003-2004 season, and a huge part of their success was down to Saka. Although Arsenal eventually fell short in the title race, losing both encounters with Manchester City, their season was still historic and one of their best in recent times. The next season saw Bukayo Saka continue his impressive form, starting with a bang as his goal helped Arsenal secure a 2-1 win over Nottingham Forest in their first match of the 2023-24 Premier League season. Just a few weeks later, on August 26th, Saka made his 83rd consecutive Premier League appearance for Arsenal against Fulham, setting a new club record. The milestones kept coming for Saka. On December 5th, he made his 200th appearance for Arsenal in a thrilling 4-3 win over Luton Town at Kenilworth Road, becoming the 4th youngest player in the club's history to reach this landmark. And on February 11, 2024, Saka surpassed 50 goals for Arsenal with a brace in a 6-0 away win over West Ham, making him the youngest Arsenal player to achieve this in the Premier League. Despite these remarkable achievements, Arsenal narrowly missed out on the league title to Manchester City again. Fast forward to June 2024, Saka was named in England's 26-man squad for UEFA Euro 2024. In the team's opening match against Serbia, he started on the right wing and provided the crucial cross for Jude Bellingham's goal, securing a 1-0 win and putting England at the top of Group C. Saka continued to impress throughout the tournament. In the quarter-final against Switzerland, he was awarded Player of the Match. England went on to win the match in a nail-biting penalty shootout. Rather surprisingly, England made it. Both teams boasted exceptionally talented players, particularly on the right wing, with Lamine Yamal and Bukayo Saka among the standout performers of the tournament. Despite his heroics, Saka faced heartbreak for the second Euros in a row, 3 years after their penalty shootout defeat to Italy. Although the loss was devastating, the 22-year-old Saka remained optimistic about the future of the Three Lions. "We all believe we're on the right track and we'll get there together. Thank you all again and see you soon," he shared on Instagram. While some may debate that this isn't true for the team, there's no doubt that Saka is on the right track, continuing to grow and shine as a player. Bukayo Saka's future in football looks incredibly bright. At just 25 games for Arsenal and contributed to over 100 goals. His natural talent, hard work, and constant drive to improve make him a standout player. Whether he's wearing the red and white of Arsenal or playing for England, Saka is sure to inspire future generations of footballers around the world. Thanks for watching. If you enjoyed this video, give it a thumbs up and consider subscribing if you haven't already. For more awesome content like this, click on the video showing on your screen. See you there.